This is Business Break with your host, John Mann.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Business Break. I'm John Mann. With me today is a very special guest, Mr. Andy Greenberg.
Thank you.
And Andy is, speaking of Andy Greenberg, that's your company.
That's the name of my company, and it's all part of marketing so people can remember that when they want to hire a speaker, they say, speaking of Andy Greenberg.
There you go. Well, that certainly is catchy.
Yes.
Now, you've trained hundreds, perhaps thousands of people in their career. Tell us why it's important to career development.
It's important for one basic reason. There's an old adage that might say times change. I don't believe that. I believe people change. And they have a choice. They have a choice of waiting for change to happen to them or go out and seek change. And they can change with their skills, they can change with their abilities, they can change with their professionalism, because if they don't catch up or create new techniques, they're going to be left behind, and they'll never understand why. Every profession trains, and every one of them should get new ideas on salesmanship, on marketing, and on many, many other things that are available in training sessions. That's why it's important. People change, either lead it or get left behind.
Okay. So this is really, somewhat of an individual coaching session in a group environment?
It's in a group environment, and what really makes it interesting is you get so many people from so many different backgrounds, but they're all coming together to learn, they're all coming together to advance. And one of the things that I do is I make it interactive, I make it interesting. I'm not one of those individuals who are going to have a scoreboard or something in the background like a PowerPoint and say, okay, read this slide, read this slide, read this slide. That is ineffective. If you want to do that, read a book. The way I do it is I lead them on so they come up with their own conclusions, and at the end they train themselves interactively, they feel good about it, and they gain their own confidence and self-esteem.
That's terrific. Now, how do you know that all this really, really, really works?
For a variety of reasons. References. It is amazing at the end of each one of my sessions, people come up to me and they say, you've got to speak to my group. Or I'll get phone calls. But most important, I'll get emails from people that say to me, I appreciate very much you did what you did because it impacted my life, and it impacted my life forever and for good. And that's why I do it. That's where we appreciate it.
Quickly tell the folks at home how they can get a hold of you.
They can get a hold of me on my website, andygreenberg.wordpress.com, or actually email me at andygreenberg@cox.net.
Great. That's going to be it for today on Business Break. Join me again soon where business is always good right here on Business Break.